What's good, everyone? It's your man, Selected Don Bond, and we're going to be playing rigged NBA 2K, my team. Now, I like to call it rigged NBA 2K now because the game has been so rigged lately, or I should say forever. So, this video here is proof that NBA 2K, my team, unlimited online games are in fact controlled by NBA 2K computer CPU, and they're scripted games and rigged algorithms. Now my opponent here in the cool Raptors uniform, because he got Tracy McGrady, that's interesting that he come with the Raptors. So, he built his whole thing. But what you didn't notice maybe at the beginning of this game was my opponent has a record of 5-1. That means my opponent is playing in the Rookie Gold League. Okay, he's playing in the most easy league that you can play in. Now, I'm playing in the Dark Matter level of Season 9 in NBA 2K23. And as my opponent misses the free throw, he gets it right back. And just that pass alone didn't even look right. But don't worry too much about the gameplay in this game particularly, because what I'm here to show you is how rigged this game really is. Now, there's been a lot of people saying that this game isn't rigged, it's just a matter of how you play and the type of defenses you use and whether or not you can shoot or not. No, none of that has anything to do with anything. Eventually, you're going to be a good shooter, and, if 2K wants you to score, they'll let you score. But if 2K wants you to brick shots, they will let you and make you brick shots. And then they will give the rebound right to your opponent. So, right now the game is going back and forth, and I'm going to make a 7-game series. This is game 1. And if I can win the series, best of 7, which is 4 games out of 7 games, then we will do all NBA 2K24 new MyTeam. We'll create a new MyTeam. We will go through the whole MyTeam thing, and we will build a 2K NBA 2K24 MyTeam. Because right now I've neglected to play NBA 2K24 just for the fact that I hate the way the game cheats. And I'm not going to just start grinding again simply because a new game came out. When I just spent the whole year, literally 8 months building a team. And then at the end of the year, 2K literally lets anyone and everyone just buy Dark Matter, Endgame, and Invincible cards for 14,000 MT. So spending all that MT now in 2K24 and buying, amethyst cards and pink diamonds, and if you're lucky you get a Dark Matter these days, and some overrated 100 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and it doesn't even have a 98 3-point shoot shot. So I'm not playing NBA 2K24. But as you can see now, as I miss the 3 and I get the rebound with Big Cat here, I have the lead by 2 points in this first quarter. Now, what I wanted to show you about NBA 2K MyTeam Unlimited games is the fact that most of the time, I should say like 98% of the time, all of the games are the same. Now, what do you mean by that, Selected Don Bond? How could a game be the same? It's not. Every game is close in the first quarter unless you blow your opponent out. Unless you can really get hot and blow him out to the point where he rage quits and all of that in the first quarter, then, but 9 times out of 10, which is 80%, 90% or whatever of these games, they are back and forth, very close games, and the score be anywhere between 14 and 20 points. So you're not going to score like 32 points in the first quarter. You're not going to get hot and drop 28 points in the first quarter. Again, unless your opponent is really terrible and you just blow them out. But the game is going to be close. Now, as you can see here, as I missed the three-pointer in the corner, I'm winning by 3 points in the first quarter. And my opponent is really not playing his best game because 2K is, in fact, controlling the tempo and the momentum of this game. And every time I play this game, if I have the lead in the first quarter, right, 2K always brings my opponent back. So if I have, like I said, 8-point lead in the first quarter, 2K breaks it down to a 1-point game like they just did here. Now, I just walked backwards simply to show you another part of rigged NBA 2K. All right? If I were to take the lead in the first quarter, then my opponent's going to blow me out in the second quarter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lead in the second quarter because whenever you win the first quarter, you 90%, 9 out of 10 times will most likely lose the second quarter, and you'll win the second quarter. So if you lose the first quarter, you'll win the second quarter. So we just lost the first quarter by 1 point or maybe 3, depending if my opponent can hit a shot. I'll probably give him a shot because 2K is just so rigged. They just let him shoot. What? They'll let him bury something. Instead, my opponent goes out of bounds. But he has a 1-point lead as they go to the locker room. Not to the locker room, to their bench, with a 1-point lead. Now, I guarantee you in the second quarter that I beat my opponent. I will beat him handedly in the second quarter. Now, 2K is going to literally switch his momentum right now as it starts. He's not going to be able to score. He'll brick shots and you'll see, and then they'll switch it back again in the third quarter or fourth quarter and allow my opponent to get a run. So now we're slamming took the lead. They'll go back and forth. They'll score right here. They'll let him score. Even though he has no control of the ball, he'll just somehow go to the hole for a score. So 2K again is controlling this game back, and the commentator even said it. Back and forth this game we go. And so now my shot is dropping when I couldn't make that shot in the first quarter. 2K is giving me everything, as you can see. They're giving me the steals. They're giving us the dunks, and that should have been a dunk, but instead we'll use big Greg Oden, who we haven't used since we first started playing this game. He was one of the first dark matters we had unlocked, and even though he's not invincible or end game and all of that, he's incredible, so we're going to put him in the game. But again, my opponent's going to jack threes. He can't make a shot. He's losing right now because 2K is not going to give him any shot that he likes. They're going to make the game harder for him, but they're going to make it even harder for me if I make bonehead passes. But doesn't matter because 2K is going to control this game. I don't know why he didn't shoot it. Here we go. Oh, that was over and back. That's another thing that you can do in this game. You can go over and back with the pass, and you're not going to get a whistle. But if you go back by dribbling, you will. But you can pass the ball back court and not even get a whistle. But I can't seem to get that inside. But Paul George cleaning up the glass here. As again, it looks like an incredible game. Like I'm in charge as I steal the ball again. I told you that NBA 2K was going to do this to my opponent, where he's not going to be able to score or look like he was in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? He's going to break shots. He's going to miss shots because NBA 2K scripted, rigged game is in control of this game, and they're allowing me to have my way with my opponent because that's just how rigged the game is. Now, yes, I'm winning the game, but I'm only winning because it's the second quarter, because I lost the first quarter. If I would have won the first quarter, I would be losing right now. I would be losing the game. And I know you're like, dude, you got this guy sounds crazy. Like, why is he even saying this? Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? No cap or whatever. Come on, man. Anyways, literally, no cap. I'm not lying to y'all. I'm not bullshitting you. NBA 2K is in control of this game right now. Like, even though I'm winning, they're gonna let me continue to beat this dude, come and get the rebound and take the lead up, as my opponent is now forced to call timeout. And as we edit out all timeouts, we are back from the first timeout that my opponent was forced to call as he's down by 10. But don't worry, 2K is going to control the game and allow my defense to just part the Red Sea so that this guy, T-Mac, can just go around and dunk all over my dudes. And there's that dumb pass that just goes right into the hands of my opponent. And as you can see right now, my opponent is literally beating me, and he's starting to get his momentum back as he dunks, and he cuts it to 6. So 2K is helping out. You know, they're letting them get a little bit by moving my defense to the point where we're not playing good defense. And I have a defensive coach too, so I actually play better defense with this coach. But if you're using like a different coach, it's even more rigged. NBA 2K is even more rigged. And right now, like I said, 2K is allowing us to win this second quarter. So their algorithm is saying, allow selected Don Bond to beat my opponent as he can't even make a layup. All the shots he was doing in the first half, he cannot do. He cannot play defense. And we take an 11-point lead. Just like I told you, we would beat this man in the second quarter. Now, he'll probably get that. 2K is going to keep the game interesting by, they're not going to let him just not score. But in the third quarter or fourth quarter, 2K again will allow my opponent to just score and do whatever he wants. And so he can't even get a layup, but he gets a foul. As we have a turnover. We have a lot of turnovers, by the way. We pass the ball a lot, but 2K just loves to like have a dude come out of nowhere and just like a bat out of hell, which is cool. I understand, but not the way they do it is like too damn much. Now my end game Harden, ooh, not one of my best cards. There it is. That's that swooshing hawk-like defense, but of course the computer will allow my opponent to beat my entire team down on a fast break. His entire team beat me on a fast break just now, y'all. That's how rigged this game is. You know what I'm saying? His entire team literally just beat me on a fast break like you ain't never seen one. And I'll tell you, that's another bad pass in the paint. But again, even though my team is fast on a fast break, they can't stop them on D, and they're controlling the game again. But 2K is going to make it interesting by allowing us to win. Like I said, he's not going to come back in the second quarter. No matter how many dunks he gets, he's not going to win this second quarter. I'm going to win the second quarter, and then 2K is going to do the rest of the controlling rigged game. You'll see. Bingo, folks. Because 2K wants us to make that shot. Now, if they wanted us to miss, they would have made the actual button feel harder to push. Like you'll be trying to pull down your shot stick, and it will actually be like your dynamic controller, which I'm on PS5. So if you're on Xbox, I'm sure their controller is dynamic as well. But these controllers have force and friction with them. So, you know, as loose as it may seem, you may be nice with your controller. The controllers are adaptive to the game. So you could be wide open and nailing threes, but in the fourth quarter, if 2K wants you to miss that three, they make the button harder to push. You know what I'm talking about? And that's another rigged part of the game. Not only is it like computer programmed rigged, the buttons become rigged in the physical game of it. And until you get nice to know that when 2K is gonna really rig the game, then you can play your game accordingly, your plan accordingly. But for now, most of your game plan, if you do have a game plan, if you do use a actual playbook, most people don't use playbooks in this game, but there are some NBA seasoned vets, I'd call them, connoisseurs of the sport. You know what I mean? These people know about basketball. They want to run plays. They want to make the game look like it's something that they could actually coach. But it's not going to work, as you can see. They're going to have Bradley come out of nowhere to block the shot. And we take it right back. That was a bad three. I don't know why I shot that with Harden with somebody in his face. He can't even shoot when he's damn near alone sometimes. But, of course, my defense doesn't even want to play defense right now. And they're going to allow my opponent to come back just like I told you. But we're going to try to run our plays and see what we can do. But as you can see, my players don't even want to run. Like, I call a play, and then they just stand there like they're stupid. All of them, all four of them. So I call a play, and they just stand there like, okay. Look, right now, I just called a play, and what do? They're not running. They're not moving. They're not trying to execute the play. As you can see, Booker, who will nail that three, he didn't even want to get into the play motion. You know what I'm saying? He was completely behind me when he should have been cutting into this basket. He should have never even shot that three if 2K would have allowed me to run the play the way it's supposed to be ran. Now we're going to try something else here. I want to see how 2K is running this shit. But they will watch. And as you see, a little block right there. So Harden can't do shit in the paint, man. He has no way of getting shaking abilities or whatever the case. It's just a messed up Harden. You can use him. There's games I have him where he goes off, and then there's games where he's just, I don't know, man. Like, he's not end game quality. They should have came up with an invincible Harden. I would have had an invincible. I like invincible cards over end game cards. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll build a whole invincible team and see if we're really invincible. You know what I mean? Anyways, I get to the paint here. I get the ball stolen. And my opponent's going to just dunk. Now it's a tie game. Just like I told you, 2K is so rigged. My 11-point lead is now gone because this game is rigged, folks. It has nothing to do with my opponent coming back. He couldn't even score in the second quarter. Now he could do everything he wants in the third quarter, and 2K is going to make it close no matter what. Back and forth. Here we go, folks. And they'll say it, too. What a back and forth game we have here. It's going to come down to the wire. You know what I mean? They know and shit. Like, they telling you.
That close in against a way shorter defender, you could just put up two.
All right, I had to pause the game. I had to take a break from talking. As you can see, it's now tied, and we can't even get open, as you can see. So,
outside Booker.
Pass it down low. We can't get it to where we want to. Then when we finally do, it goes to the wrong guy, the guy in front of him. I swear 2K is rigged. Now my opponent has a 4-point lead. 2K is the most rigged video game on earth, as they're trying their best to, like, sabotage everything I do. As you can see, Booker doesn't want to get into the motion. And, of course, he gets the automatic rebound. And even with this play that my opponent does, they should have literally, like, knocked his momentum off when he he accidentally hit the three-point button with Shaq, and it almost went in. I'm surprised it didn't go. But 2K is rigged, as you can see here. Harden can't even shoot that. I don't know why.
Back to Booker. Let's go with a three. No luck on that one. And it's Toronto taking it.
And now, folks, you're witnessing it as my opponent now takes the lead. Rigged NBA 2K. This is proof, man, that 2K will control these games. They're controlling it. They're literally playing the game for my opponent now, who is also, remember at the beginning of this broadcast, I pointed out that my opponent is in the gold league right now. He is in bronze league. He is in the not even Silver League. Gold is higher. I think he might be in, yeah, he might be in Gold and then Emerald. I don't know. But he is in the bottom. He's literally 5 of whatever. And he's cheating. The whole time he's playing, he's cheating. And NBA 2K is just bad, man. It is bad. Like, as you can see, my opponent, well, I'm going to just nail a 3 on him right here. But it doesn't matter, folks, that I nail a 3. I'm actually still losing the game. When I was winning by 11, and I told you, they're going to control this game. They're going to allow him to get to the paint. They're going to allow him to score no matter what. He's going to score right now, I guarantee you. He'll find a way to score right now. They'll give that to him, folks. Just like I told you. At the buzzer. NBA 2K is the world's most rigged and scripted online video game you could ever play. That's why right now NBA 2K24, has the lowest video game rating, user rating of any game this year. It is the lowest rated video game in the world right now. So I'm not the only one that thinks NBA 2K is rigged, but NBA 2K is now getting to the point where they just recycle the same game over and over and over again, and it's getting tired. You know, it is really tiring. All you're doing is just changing the graphics on the cards. You're recycling this, what's his name? Sadiq Bey card. They literally recycled the whole Sadiq Bey card like 50 times in this game. And, we just can't keep spending money on NBA 2K because it's rigged. As you can see, right now I can't do anything. They're going to allow my opponent to just score at will as the ball goes in right over my opponent, right over me. He has almost a 10-point lead now, and I'm telling you, 9-point lead, and 2K is rigged. Now he has the rebound, and he's just going to go to the hole and do what he wants, as 2K is completely in charge of this game. And the worst part is, folks, is that my opponent actually thinks he's the one playing the game. That's the part. He thinks he's balling. You're in gold level. I'm in dark matter level. Already an unfair advantage by NBA 2K. But what's also unfair is 2K rigging the game, man. And I can't even buy that shot. That means that they're cheating, yo. NBA 2K is cheating, and I'm out, folks. I just wanted to let my opponent know that he was cool. But I am going to rage quit on him simply because 2K is cheating, man. And you're watching it. You are watching the game be scripted and rigged by NBA 2K. And I tell you, folks, do not spend money buying this game if you like online games. It's the lowest rated game ever. And there's proof that this is rigged. This is only game 1. I'm going to play 7 games. Or best of 7. I'll see you in the next game. I'm Selected Don Bond. NBA 2K is rigged.